welcome to Film Mixologist, the place on the internet where catastrophic fire damage is avoided just in time. So, case in point, this unit here, this is a Holley List 1850 that has been in a little bit of a fire, but not catastrophic. Why do I say that? Okay, let me show you a bit closer in the unit and you'll be able to see what I'm on about. Okay, so now that you're a bit closer, you can see that obviously this unit, it's all very kind of sooty, but the dead giveaway is around here. So what happened here is that probably there's something that caught fire around the inlet manifold. There was a small fire, but they managed to kind of get it under control. And so the only thing, the only damage is a little bit of sootiness around here, but it didn't get too hot, sufficiently hot to catastrophically damage this carburetor, which is actually very good news for me because I need to rebuild it and sell it on. Yeah, and that's very important. But other than that, it's a nice, little kind of manual carb unit. And I think it's gonna make a nice little builder. So let's try to take it apart and see kind of what we're dealing with in terms of parts and condition. Okay, so we did the initial disassembly on it, and I think I'm getting away with it. Why? So let me show you. Obviously, as I said, yes, it does have a little bit of light fire damage, but crucially, all the internals of the carburetor are really good. So let me show you very quickly. You can see the fuel bolts are in quite good condition inside. And again, all the parts are in relatively good shape. Obviously, the throttle plates are gonna need a little bit of attention. But other than that, it's just a case of bog standard cleaning. And look at all the bolts. They were again in very good condition. This is a good sign. When you do one of these carbs and the bolts are in good condition, means that it's a relatively benign situation. The metering block as well, it has a bit of sediment around here, but it's actually in pretty decent shape. So I think we're all good. Let's put this in the ultrasonic cleaner and carry on with the restoration process. Okay, so I think the verdict is in, and I think I officially can say this, that I lucked out on this unit, because it turns out that it was actually really good, and that fire damage that it had, which I obviously at the beginning of the video said I thought it was superficial, actually it was very superficial. It washed off really quickly. And that's really important because obviously if the carb would have been more extensively damaged, it would have been kind of rather difficult to bring back around. So I'll show you kind of where I'm at the moment. I'll show you all the processes that were done. Well, one of the things that was very good on this unit, it was obviously the condition of the fuel bolts that was really good. And as you can see, they cleaned out kind of really well. They look just a little bit used, but there isn't. If you see this, you would have never thought that this had been in a fire. Obviously, we got a new needle and seat assembly inside there. Same thing with this. Again, excellent condition inside the fuel bowl. This one cleaned up really well. I mean, it lost a little bit of the coloring on this side, but actually, do you know what? It's pretty good. Obviously, it has a new needle and seat and a new diaphragm. This one, remember, I don't know if you've seen it in the previous segment, but this was absolutely black with soot, and now it's kind of in good shape. Same thing with this. I give it a little polish so it kind of looks nice. And again, the body we're in pretty good shape here. Obviously I had to kind of reassemble all of the throttle shafts. There we go. But now again it looks this is in absolutely perfect condition, and so we're ready to start. And I also cleaned the vacuum port that was kind of quite black sooty, so this is golden. So I think now what we're ready for like the final assembly process, just kind of slamming this thing together, and I'll show you what it looks like when I finish. Okay, so I think it's done now. As you can see, the only thing that was missing was the choke. Which one of the things that sometimes is important is this linkage, and you can see in here that you've got the throttle activating as well. So I'll show you a bit closer. Yeah, when I actuate the choke like this, or like so. When you activate the choke, you need to get a little bit of action on the throttle, and that's it. So anyway, I thought you found this helpful. Obviously, in cases like this, I mean, I was a little bit lucky, I have to admit, that this had been in a fire, but the damage was really purely cosmetic, nothing major, and actually I could get it, you know, back up and running, so that was okay. However, I do caution against probably something that was a bit more damaged, or it got into a fire and it has that like white look on it, like it really got up to temperature, and this thing got really like white hot. I probably wouldn't touch it. But this one in particular, I think we lucked out. It went well, and now this unit is ready to, you know, live again and to go on a car and, you know, start working again. So I want to thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next week for more carburation things.